How much money have you spent in your lifetime on sales coaching? In the last 4 years, I've spent a little over $1.2 million on my own sales training to become the best salesperson that I could be. 35 to 40 different programs at this point, from Jeremy Miner, Bill Walsh, Eli Wild, Eli Sanchez, Josh Lyons, Matt Ryder, Cole Gordon. And here is how I operated from the day that I started closing. At the end of every month, after I collected my commission check, I would cover my living expenses, rent, food, family, and every dollar that was left over went straight back into training. I actually got a comment recently on my social media from the closer who sold me NEPQ as, maybe my 4th or 5th training at the time. He said that I was the easiest close that he had ever made, because anything and everything that could increase my skill set and my earning capability because of it in sales, I have bought pretty much immediately with no hesitation, no negotiating, didn't matter the price. And after learning every single one of their methodologies in depth and been somewhat successful with them, my close rate at the end of my sales career selling high ticket went to 80 to 100% consecutively for about 6 months straight. And in this video, I'm going to share with you one of the things that I learned after investing this much into myself and working with the best salespeople on earth. Now, I'm sharing this so that you don't have to spend $1.2 million to learn this lesson or the thousands of hours, and so you can reach the life that you want to live through sales as fast as possible. So let's get into it. Now, the average close rate in sales is 20 to 25%. Good closers push that maybe 40 or 50. But almost nobody ever really breaks past about 80%. After going through every methodology in the space, I finally understood exactly why. You see, every single sales program ever created trains you to sell one specific way, one style, one framework built around one type of prospect. And when that type shows up on a call, everything clicks. You close them almost effortlessly, but when anyone different shows up, the call completely falls apart. You can tell me how many times this has happened, but it probably doesn't matter how hard you try or how well you know your script. You are just simply speaking a language that that person does not understand. So the obvious question is, do I just learn all 23 sales methodologies that I put together? Or even if I did, how would I know which one to apply in real time? And by the time you figure it out, the call is already lost. And this is exactly why most closers stay stuck between 20 and 50% for years. That's not a lack of effort. It's not because of a bad offer. It's not lead quality like a lot of people say. It is that they only know how to sell one specific way, when in reality, you never get the same prospect call after call. Everyone is different. Every human being that you will ever get on a call with falls, however, into one of 4 personality types. And each one makes decisions in a completely different way, with different fears, different triggers, different things that make them trust you instantly, and different things that make them shut down before you ever even get to pitch. If you are still watching sales content and you still haven't joined the Sales Dojo, what are you waiting for? It's free to enter. You have the best sales training in the world. You have access to 7-figure offers, actually make money, and you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to enter. So join the Sales Dojo from the link in the description below, the last sales training you will ever need. So right now, you are probably already great at maybe 1 or 2 of them because that's who you are, that's who you've trained yourself to be, and the other 2 feel like pushing a boulder uphill on every single call. Those are not bad leads. Those are simply personality types that you do not yet understand. But the moment that you understand how they're wired, those calls become just as easy as the ones that you are already closing without thinking. Adaptive selling is the ability to identify which 4 types that you are talking to within the first 60 seconds of a call and shift your entire approach to match exactly how that person makes decisions. Not a different script, not a different sales process, not a different methodology, just the ability to read the person and make slight adjustments that make all the difference in the world. Because when you can do that, you are not just slightly better at sales. You are better at sales in a way that actually changes your income. Because now every call has a pathway to yes, not just the ones that happen to match your natural style, which, let's be real, it's probably about 30% of them that match your natural style. The other 70% are actually different. And if you can learn how to sell those extra 70%, you win. Now, there's another important part to this. Why sales trainings don't actually fix this, because every program out there that I personally bought, it taught me one way to sell, which still, only works on certain people. I was adding tools to a toolkit where each tool really only fit one type of prospect. And so I had to buy a bunch of tools. But you see, I got into sales because I wanted to master one skill that would pay me for life. The ability to sit across from every human being and move them from a no to a yes. Because that skill, once actually mastered, gives somebody complete freedom. You can work on any offer in any market at any time and make as much money as you want because the skill travels with you, even if you leave sales, right? Adaptive selling is the foundation underneath all the methodologies that you've already learned. You've already put in the work. It is just what tells you what tool to reach for and when. It's the purest form of sales skill that exists. And I can personally tell you from experience, it is the one thing that I wish somebody had taught me before I had to go out and spend over $1 million on sales training and try to fucking piece everything together myself. Thousands of hours, thousands of calls. It's insane. I don't want that for you. So you could try to find this on YouTube, but nobody in this space is giving this level of education away for free. What exists for free is one methodology at a time. Nobody is teaching the meta skill that sits underneath all of them. It's too much work and it's too valuable of a skill to just give away for free. Now, there is a principle that I believe in deeply. No risk means no reward. The people who invest in their skill treat the information like it costs something, because it does. But when you invest, let me show you what this actually produces. All right, Ahmet went from $5K a month to making $30K in commissions in the next 20 days. Oscar, $5K to $32K. Brody, $5K to $29K. Top of his offers leaderboard consistently. Ethan, from 0 to $20K in 1 year with zero experience, closing part-time around his day job. Joe, $10 to $30K as a closer, and then $100K as a business owner. Vince, $12K, I think was his first month in full closing. Velko, $45K in commissions last month. Renee goes from closer to sales manager, sales director in 2 years. Every single one of these people were people that I coached that were stuck where you are right now. What changed is that they got better at not just sales, not just one specific process, but adapting whatever process they already knew to the person in front of them. If you want access to sales opportunities that nobody else knows about, feedback that's actually specific to you, and to learn from people who are already making 20, 30, 50K a month, but without paying high ticket prices, without waiting through 2-hour group calls, just get your question answered, and without being stuck around people who aren't serious, join the Sales Dojo. It's affordable, it works, and I would be willing to bet it is the last sales training that you will ever need, better than any high ticket program that you ever put it up against.